It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the One and Only, here with another exciting live stream. And in this live stream, I'm going to be talking about DC's new character, Damage, and whether or not he's too overpowered. Now, I know it seems a little premature to say that a character's overpowered, considering the fact that Damage is only on his third issue of his brand new series. And yes, I know it's a little premature to say that a character, well, it's not even that it's like a premature thing. It's a little weird to say that a character's overpowered if they have like a limitation on their ability. For example, Damage only has access to his abilities for 1 hour. So how can a character be overpowered if they only can use their powers for like 1 hour a day, like an Hour Man style character? Well, there's one thing being like really strong for an hour, and there's another thing when you're so strong during that hour that like you're actually unstoppable. Like the limitation isn't high enough to balance Damage. Damage is faced off against opponents, like not like the best of the best until issue 3. Issue 3 I think went a little too far. So he faced off against the Suicide Squad in like issue 2. And I was like, okay, you know, they're just showing him off. And it wasn't like just the Suicide Squad. It was like Suicide Squad XL. It's like Amanda Waller's like better Suicide Squad. And he like beats them. And I was like, whatever. They're kind of like jobbers anyways against someone like Damage. Damage is like too strong for that. But in issue 3, spoilers for Damage ahead, he faces off against Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman gets him in the lasso. You know, it seems like Wonder Woman's gonna beat Damage. And then he like escapes her lasso, and I don't really know how he does it. Even Wonder Woman in the panel's like, how do you escape my lasso? And I'm like, I don't know. But Wonder Woman claims that when she was fighting Damage, she said she fought Damage for like almost an hour. So she fought him for like almost as long as he had left time to be Damage. You know what I mean? And she says she's never experienced strength like that before. She says that to the Justice League. And Superman goes, never? Which puts into question, like, if she's never experienced strength on that caliber, then, like, what about, like, fighting alongside Superman? Or remember that time Superman and Wonder Woman fought against Doomsday when Doomsday came back? When the Doomsday virus became, like, a big thing? Also, Damage takes place after DC Metal. You know, when we had literally, like, a Doomsday Batman character. Or when she had to fight, like, Bat Ares. Like, Wonder Woman is not the kind of person who fights, like, weak characters. So for her to fight against Damage, a character who's only had, like, 3 issues, and to say, I've never experienced strength on that level, that's a huge highball for Damage. Like, Damage seems to be able to take a lot. And if they're trying to say that Damage scales higher than, like, Doomsday and other, like, really powerful people that Wonder Woman has faced off against, or even the Justice League have faced off against, I don't know how to feel about that. Sideways is another new character by DC. Let's compare the two real quick. Sideways has demonstrated like super strength. He's able to create portals that allow him to travel between different dimensions that essentially allow him to like teleport. And Sideways has been shown facing off against a guy who could like negate his teleport ability. And he seemed like this larger than life character, and Sideways ends up like trying to face off against him and like breaking his arm. So Sideways has been shown to be powerful, but we've also already established his limits. And Sideways has only had 2 issues so far, where Damage has had 3. But Damage's limits don't seem well defined. If they had started him off and he faces off against an opponent that's significantly better than him, so that we see that Damage has like a way to go, like he has like a climb that he needs to make, rather than making him Jiren in the first episode of Dragon Ball. Like, that's how I feel. Damage just seems too powerful right now. So I do want to see him be challenged, but now for him to be challenged would be like a significant problem. Like if he had to face off against someone who was stronger than him, and that character would have to be like stronger than Doomsday, stronger than like other people that have been fought by like the Justice League and Wonder Woman before. You'd think that would be a threat that would be like too big for Damage already. You know what I mean? Like it seems like he would need help, or he would need to get better, but then afterwards, who's gonna stand up against him? To me, Damage is running into like a shonen issue. Like shonen characters have like the slow crawl to getting really strong, and we're being thrown into Damage's story with him being really powerful all at once. And I understand he's only strong for an hour, but there isn't a lot of tension in Damage. Damage has this thing where when he's reverted back to a human, he's on the run and on the lam. But when he's on the lam, I never feel like he's going to get caught. Because when he's Damaged, he takes the time to like beat his enemy and then get away. And then once he's gotten away, he seems relatively safe, like he's just fine. So if he can just get away every time, and when he's Damaged, you don't feel like he's threatened because he's so powerful, is he really an interesting character? Does that really provide a story where you actually have like this heavy conflict? Or do you feel like he'll be absolutely fine? I'm not saying you can't feel for the character, and I'm not saying that you can't enjoy the story for its psychological elements that go on with Damage, or even the supporting cast. But I just feel that when it comes to like creating tension and conflict and showing character growth in terms of the character developing his abilities more over time and being able to have interesting fights and conflict, especially for something that's so fast-paced and action-packed as the Damage comic, I just feel like they're writing themselves into a corner really quickly. Like I said, Sideways, which is only 2 issues in by DC, I can see that he has like a long way to go as a character, and that he's going to continually climb until he can face off against bigger threats. And we've seen the type of bigger threat that he will have to face in the future, where it seems like Damage is already fighting really big threats, and he's way stronger than them, and you don't know how they'll possibly challenge him, like how there's actually a conflict. So I don't know how to feel about it. What are your thoughts? Please post in the comment section below your thoughts on Damage. Do you feel like he's too overpowered? Do you feel like the way the story is written, it doesn't matter? Feel free to tell us in the comment section below. Thank you all once again for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like this video. Favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, logging out. Peace, and thank you again.